times seek change, so must we, that the new time requires new response to new challenges.
لبيك اللهم لبيك لبيك لا شريك لك لبيك إن الحمد والنعمة لك الملك لا شريك لك لبيك اللهم لبيك لبيك لا شريك لك لبيك إن الحمد والنعمة لك الملك لا شريك لك لبيك اللهم لبيك.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuhu. Welcome to another edition of the program As You Answer the Call. Nigeria is making steady progress towards containing the deadly COVID-19 disease. Support this effort by respecting the COVID-19 protocols and availing yourself for vaccination when it gets to your turn. Once again, welcome to the program As You Answer the Call. I am Binta Magaji, a regular host on the program. It is no longer news that international pilgrims would not participate in the 2021 Hajj due to the COVID-19 pandemic. What is of interest is how the affected countries are managing the decision. And so, the National Hajj Commission of Nigeria, NAHCON, is putting some measures in place to address matters arising from the Saudi decision. The details about these measures would form the thrust of our Spotlight segment. Also in the program, we have our regular segments such as the NAHCON News Diary, which features the activities of NAHCON chairman, key functionaries of the commission, and other stakeholders. These are more shortly. Don't go away.
Every Muslim is a potential pilgrim. To make the Hajj possible for the Ummah, the National Hajj Commission of Nigeria, NAHCON, is running a Hajj saving scheme through Jaiz Bank. The scheme allows depositors to gradually save for the Hajj over a period of time. Registration into the Hajj saving scheme is ongoing for all Muslims. Muslims wishing to perform Hajj can be enrolled into the scheme through the following outlets: NAHCON offices across the country, state pilgrims welfare boards, agencies and commissions, any branch of Jaiz Bank in the country. Enrollment can also be done directly by logging into dedicated sites for the scheme. Let's participate and support the Hajj saving scheme for better Hajj services.
Thanks for being there. We begin the program with the news diary as presented from our studio. The Infrastructure Concession Regulatory Commission, ICRC, has presented NAHCON with a certificate of outline business case. The certificate authorizes NAHCON to go into public-private partnership arrangements to develop and convert its property into assets. Acting Director General of ICRC, Mr. Michael Ohiani, made the presentation on Tuesday, the 15th of June 2021 at the Conference Hall of Hajj House. Speaking earlier, the Director General commended NAHCON for adopting public-private partnership, saying the Hajj Commission has fulfilled the requirements set by ICRC for organizations using the PPP policy. He added that the ICRC will monitor the arrangement for the development of the property in Kano.
We will also do due diligence visit to the site in Kano. In view of the huge potentials and a lot of PPP projects that we'll be doing in collaboration with the Hajj Commission, there is the need to set up a robust PPP unit in the Commission. There will also be the need to provide some form of small budget for the PPP unit and the continuous training of project delivery team as they are the food soldier to actualize this, our pet program.
To invest in our landed properties.
Responding, NAHCON Chairman Alhaji Zikrullah Kuli Hassan said the project is to enhance the internally generated revenue of the Commission.
The purpose of this asset is for us to turn them into a revenue base, and if we are able to open up our revenue base, it means that we will no more rely on Hajj alone as a source of income, and that means we'll be able to fill the pulse of the staff and have a way of, through this revenue, to to increase their earning. We also hope to, through this same process, also be able to give the Nigerian government also some of the earnings. That is to say, Hajj Commission would translate from being just to receive, but now turn to be also an agency that will give the federal government of Nigeria some of this asset turned to money year in, year out.
Alhaji Zikrullah is optimistic that the experiment starting in Kano will be a huge success.
I would believe that with this Kano PPP arrangement, it will open so many other doors to many assets of the National Hajj Commission, which are at best described as wasting assets which has consumed several millions of naira and have been of no utilitarian value. We sure hope that before the end of this year, before the end of another 1 year, the Kano PPP arrangement will be put behind us, a way of success, and other will also follow.
Also speaking, NAHCON Commissioner of Policy, Personnel Management and Finance, Alhaji Nura Hassan Yakasai said, after Kano, the property in other states will follow suit.
This is one out of many to come, because we have land in other places like Lagos, Ilorin, Maiduguri. We are also going to make sure that also we involve ICRC and we do PPP arrangement there. Apart from that, also we have other projects that are undertaken by Hajj Development Levy that we are doing now. This one also we think that the best way to manage them is to make sure that we do PPP arrangement for them.
In addition, NAHCON is also planning to set up the PPP unit at Hajj House as directed by ICRC. Meanwhile, the FCT Muslims Pilgrims Welfare Board is set to commence the refund of Hajj fares to intending pilgrims who do not want to roll over their 2021 Hajj fare deposits. This is contained in a statement issued by Muhammad Lawal Aliyu, the spokesperson of the board. He said a total of 1,964 intending pilgrims are registered with the board and are free to collect their money as directed by NAHCON. Similarly, Sokoto State Governor Aminu Waziri Tambuwal has directed the State Pilgrims Welfare Agency to commence arrangements for the refund of deposits made by intending pilgrims from the state. Against this background, the chairman of the agency, Mukhtar Bello Maiguna, said plans are on the way to start the processing of refunds to intending pilgrims who do not want to roll over their 2021 Hajj deposits. Alhamdulillah, if just tuning in, the program is As You Answer the Call, a public enlightenment presentation that keeps you abreast on the activities of the National Hajj Commission of Nigeria, NAHCON, and other Hajj-related matters. With the cancellation of the 2021 Hajj for foreign pilgrims, the National Hajj Commission of Nigeria, NAHCON, is strategizing on how to manage the situation for the benefit of all stakeholders. Next in our Spotlight segment, we bring to you details of the steps being taken by NAHCON to handle the fallout of the cancellation of 2021 Hajj to international pilgrims. Stay with us.
لبيك لا شريك لك لبيك إن الحمد والنعمة لك والملك لا شريك لك.
Since the cancellation of the 2021 Hajj to only international pilgrims, the National Hajj Commission of Nigeria, NAHCON, is leaving nothing to chance in ensuring that this decision is well managed for the benefit of stakeholders. NAHCON Commissioner of Planning, Research, Information, Statistics and Library Services, Sheikh Suleiman Momo, disclosed that the Commission had in place measures to deal with fallouts in the event of such developments, even before the cancellation of the Hajj.
Now, having had this situation, NAHCON has promptly issued a statement to formally inform the general public about this cancellation. Our supervisors have also been duly notified, and we are now looking forward to plan inshallah, towards Hajj 2022.
NAHCON had taken the Saudi decision in good faith and is holding a series of meetings with stakeholders on the way forward.
To actually console many of our prospective pilgrims all over the country who had wished to be part of this journey this year. And actually, we are not alone in it. It is Muslims all over the world that are equally affected. We are hoping that, inshallah, this time next year it will be a different story. But as it is, we accepted the will of Allah.
And NAHCON, as a body, is not relenting in its course to ensure that they continue to get themselves prepared immediately for, inshallah ta'ala, next year Hajj. And what is next that we are going about, we have been holding series of meetings and consultations with stakeholders. And then there are other meetings that we have lined up for ourselves.
Central to the discussion in these meetings are the issue of rollover for 2022 Hajj and refund to pilgrims who wish to collect their money.
We are going to engage the leadership of the state and the tour operator to go back and speak with the pilgrims. We are going to ensure that their funds are secured, but we need to engage this executive of state before I make a pronouncement on how we are going to ensure that the funds of these pilgrims are secured. But once that is done, we all wait for next year and pray that it will take place.
The pilgrim is at liberty to demand for a refund of his Hajj fare that he had, or that he or she has deposited with the state boards, or the rollover to year 2022 Hajj.
For the rollover, NAHCON and other stakeholders are perfecting plans to move the money into the Hajj 7 scheme.
But in which case, if they are rolling over, we are expecting that the monies will go into our Hajj savings scheme with the Jaiz Bank, so that they will get returns on their money, because this money would have been in savings and would have been invested in halal, lawful businesses, and then the returns therefrom will now be shared according to the understanding that they all had with Jaiz Bank, NAHCON, and the pilgrims.
Sheikh Suleiman Momo advised intending pilgrims to also take the cancellation in good faith and ask them to turn to Allah.
I will advise the intending pilgrims, especially those who started hoping for Hajj since 2020 and they were disappointed. And also this year they are also disappointed. I will advise them to take what has happened in faith, because this is what makes us Muslims. As Muslims, we believe that every situation that happens to us was never meant to pass us by. Whatever passes us by was never meant to meet us. So this is the true situation of a Muslim. A Muslim don't grieve. They always give thanks to Allah in every circumstance.
In days to come, NAHCON and its stakeholders, particularly states, pilgrims' welfare boards, and tour operators are expected to announce additional measures to cushion the impact of the cancellation and chart a course for the next Hajj.
We have already taken up a thinking cap to see how we are going to survive this negative impact, and I think we will survive. We will learn to cut our quota according to the materials available. In the commission, we will learn to do some serious thinking on how to manage whatever resources we have. To the pilgrims as well, the challenge is that things keep on the inflation keep on biting on all aspects of our lives. So we don't know how this will impact on Hajj. But whatever it is the implication, the airlines are going to be impacted on this, because airlines take us to Hajj every year, and most of them are local airlines. They probably have their own also strategy, especially they will add some income, and their staffs could also get remunerated, it will have impact. We have some of our local operators, tour operators, who have to pay their rents, they have to pay staff, and yet they cannot do Hajj. A number of other service providers definitely will be affected.
Consistent with its determination to ensure that Nigerian pilgrims have better service delivery, NAHCON says it will not hesitate to start preparations for the next Hajj.
MashaAllah, you're still watching as you answer the call. Coming up next is Making the Hajj.
When proceeding for Hajj or Umrah, intending pilgrims are expected to prepare themselves on how to perform the rites associated with the exercise as enjoined by Islam. These preparations are spiritual, educational, financial, as well as physical, among others. On Making the Hajj tonight, our guest is Dr. Lukman Salati. He begins by explaining the concept of Hajj.
Hajj, as we all know, is a major component of the Islamic religion. And it is one of the 5 pillars of Islam. It is the sole pillar which requires you to have certain things on ground before you can embark on it. Being a Muslim may be a major criterion, but before you can embark on Hajj, you must have the means to do so. When you have the means to do so and you have the intention, then you can embark on it. And it is a major spiritual exercise that encompasses a lot of things surrounding human life.
The Islamic scholar says the most important level of preparation is imbibing the fear of Allah.
That is going to the last part of that verse I've quoted. Allah says, and when you are coming, when you intend to perform this Hajj, you must make adequate preparations. But the most beautiful preparation you can make, the best preparation you can make, is to prepare your God consciousness, taqwa, piety.
How should intending pilgrims prepare themselves financially, and what should they do for their families before leaving for the Hajj?
Financial preparation for Hajj is a major requirement for a Muslim to embark on Hajj. They say charity begins at home. This is a quotation extracted from Islamic religion. Before you can do anything, before you can embark on Hajj, whether Hajj or other religious obligations, you have to start from home. First of all, there must be what we call financial stability for your family. You must not leave your family in debt just because you are going on Hajj. Even the Hajj itself must not be funded with debt, money gotten from debt. You must have that financial stability. You must have that financial autonomy. You must have that ease, financial ease, before you can embark. And before you leave the home, your family must be provided with adequate provisions. What they will feed on, what they will rely on, what will sustain them.
Spiritual and educational preparations are also expected from intending pilgrims.
Having solved that financial preparation issue, then you now go into educational preparation. You must have proper enlightenment to go into Hajj. Many of our people, they are occupied with the Hajj to go into Hajj without knowing the implication of doing so, without being well prepared for it. What do you say? For instance, when you are going to Muzdalifah, when you are going to Mina, when you are going to Arafah, what are the rights? What are the rights that are involved? What do you say? Labbaik Allahumma labbaik. All these things, not just knowing them, but knowing their meanings and knowing their implications. And different places, different symbols during Hajj All these things must be put into the consciousness of every pilgrim.
Furthermore, pilgrims are to ensure that they are physically and mentally sound while embarking on the Hajj.
Muslims must be physically prepared. In fact, one of the requirements for you to go to Hajj is good health. If you are not sound health-wise, it is advisable that you don't embark on Hajj. If you must do so, you must have an able assistant who will take your hand. That is permissible anyway, if you have the means. But you alone, you need, because Hajj, like we know, involves a lot of physical activities. You have to walk, trek long distances.
Dr. Lukman Salati said there is also the need for intending pilgrims to leave a will behind and must not take a loan to finance the Hajj.
Every Muslim is a potential pilgrim. To make the Hajj possible for the Ummah, the National Hajj Commission of Nigeria (NAHCON) is running a Hajj saving scheme through Jaiz Bank. The scheme allows depositors to gradually save for the Hajj over a period of time. Registration into the Hajj saving scheme is ongoing for all Muslims. Muslims wishing to perform Hajj can be enrolled into the scheme through the following outlets: NAHCON offices across the country, state pilgrims welfare boards, agencies and commissions, any branch of Jaiz Bank in the country. Enrollment can also be done directly by logging into dedicated sites for the scheme. Let's participate and support the Hajj saving scheme for better Hajj services.
Alhamdulillah. Up next is the quiz. Welcome to the quiz segment. The question in the last episode was, what is the significance of miqat in Hajj and Umrah? The correct answer is, it is the location where pilgrims assume the state of Ihram. The winner is Sani Aliyu from Cross River State. He provided the answer ahead of others. Sani Aliyu will be contacted on how NAHCON will reach him with the prize he won. A quiz winner will get 25,000 Naira cash prize. This is part of NAHCON's effort in social investment in Nigeria. Now to the quiz for this week. And the question is, what is Ihram? I repeat, what is Ihram? Text your answer to the number showing on your screen. The winner will be the first person whose correct answer is received. All answers should carry the name and location of sender. Good luck and happy viewing. Once again, good luck to you. Before we round off the program, we take some messages from our viewers. Ahmed Jibrin from Bauchi State sent in the first message. It reads, I congratulate Bauchi State government, NAHCON management and the entire people of Bauchi State on the commissioning of the new Hajj camp in the state. The second message came from GSM number 0903-677-4830. It says, Assalamu alaikum. May Allah bless the National Hajj Commission of Nigeria NAHCON for its foresight in Hajj management. You too can send a message through our mobile number and other social media platforms. Remember, you can stop the spread of coronavirus by complying with all preventive measures. Let's support our government in the fight against coronavirus. That's it on this edition of the program. As you answer the call, join me same time next week for another package. Thanks for watching and goodbye.
لبيك اللهم لبيك لبيك لا شريك لك لبيك إن الحمد والنعمة لك والملك لا شريك لك لبيك اللهم لبيك لبيك لا